Let's go.
Live in the building, 2-minute warning post-game show. Not how Steelers fan wanted the season to end. Right now we're sitting 30-6 with 2 minutes left to go in the game. This game is over. Game got totally out of hand with 2 late defensive touchdowns. Season's over with, fellas. I just want to get your instantaneous reaction. Tate, you first, man. Your instant reaction concerning what just happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the end of the 2025-2026 season.
Man, I'm disappointed, man. I thought this was a game they could potentially, make ugly and win. It was an ugly game through 3 quarters. It was 7-10-6 going into the 4th quarter. So it was a game at the end, like you said. So the offense couldn't do nothing. The best thing they did, scoring-wise, was giving up 14 points to Houston.
Yep.
Or 13 points. The kicker missed the kick.
Yeah.
I questioned some of the play calling. I mean, that wasn't a bad play calling by Arthur Smith. Me and Kerb was talking backstage with you. The momentum shifted when DK dropped that ball. That was a momentum shift. They came out good, running the ball, had to punt. The defense got to stop. They got the ball back. I mean, it went down. They got a field goal, 3-0 Pittsburgh. I agree with Tomlin take the points on that first scoring drive they got. They got turnovers. Ultimately, at the end, I mean, when it got out of hand, it was because the ineptness of the offense. They couldn't muster up anything. At one time, I mean, they were 0 for 9 on 3rd down conversions. And, they just couldn't do anything. Aaron Rodgers turned the ball over twice. Both the turnovers were touchdowns were on his turnovers. Pick 6 and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I felt like the defense played decent. That they started to give up a lot of run yards, but they was bending, not breaking. But then the ineptitude of the offense being unable to do anything, the defense ultimately got tired at the end.
Yep.
I mean, so that's kind of how I see the game. We talked about Mike Tomlin backstage. We talked about before. I don't know that he gets fired, but I could definitely see them coming to a resolution. I mean, because I heard the hardball firing was totally disrespectful they was in the building, they was talking, and Harbaugh on the way home, the Ravens owner, I called him on the phone after he had just left the facility and fired him over the phone.
Yep.
That's come out of Baltimore circles and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it might be time just to go ahead, like everybody want, to go ahead and just tear it down, have a season or 2 with a new coach, playing young players, developing, and trying to go in a different direction. But we'll see what that looks like over the course of the next couple of days.
Facts. I'm going to do 2 super chats, Kirby, and I'm going to come to you, bro. Claude Bishops for the $5, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank all you guys. We got 143 people in there right now. Super chats are wide open. Make sure you send your super chat if you want your comment guaranteed on the screen. The Steelers will never win a playoff game as long as Mike Tomlin is their head coach. Just facts, gentlemen. Hey, what's disputed? That sounds like facts. Steelers Dog 8883 for the 5. Look on Omar Khan's face and Booth shows this is the end for Tomlin and Rodgers. I mean, it could be the end for Omar Khan while you're talking too, because there's a lot of changes that's possibly got to go down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Kirby, man, your reaction, your instantaneous reaction to what just happened to Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers, were getting mollywopped 30-6.
I mean, well, the defense ran out of gas. I mean, obviously we see the offense couldn't sustain any couldn't get any offense going, so they couldn't stay on the field. Man, it's just one of them things where, and like I say, we ain't harped on this all summer. There ain't nothing new. It's just when you don't have the weapons to really make a threat. I mean, you got DK, so but you still playing with one guy. You playing against a elite defense, which at the end of the day they couldn't block those edges. So that's why they were, especially from Rodgers' standpoint, he getting the ball out of his hands quick because he know he a sitting duck back there.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of things, man. It's as far as the situation with Tomlin, at the end of the day, and none of us know, just like with Arthur Smith, was that a totally Tomlin, that's my guy? And if it is, he's going to have to be held accountable for that, you know. And I think that's probably what the Rooneys are looking at. You know, we gave you everything that you wanted. You wanted this defense. You wanted Jalen. And so if that's the case, you got to be held accountable for that. And I know people will say, well, he wasn't out there playing. But if you can name me one NFL coach that got fired because he dropped the ball or he fumbled or whatever, you name that guy. At the end of the day, when you're the top man, you're going to be held accountable. Yeah. So, like I say, are they just going to flat out fire him? I don't see that happening. But I'd see coming to an agreement that, hey, I think it's time for me to go. We think it's time for you to go. And that's what's going to happen, I believe.
This is my instantaneous reaction to this. That was the worst play calling I've seen out of the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2 years. You have 3 turnovers, so your defense is playing out of their damn mind for the first 2.5 quarters. You have 3 turnovers, and you can get 6 points. I've said it already. I said it backstage. We're in first and goal. First and goal. And then when we get to third and goal, we're in a 4-by-1 set, and everybody runs a go route. Everybody and their mama run crossing routes inside of first and goal. But Arthur Smith's offense sucks. Now, is that Tomlin telling him not to throw the ball over the middle of the damn field? Listen, the common denominator in all of this is Mike Tomlin. So let's be perfectly clear that the common denominator, 3 offensive coordinators, multiple quarterbacks, you don't throw the ball in the middle of the field. It's got to be Tomlin. So to come up with that game plan in a meaningful game that you could have won, but you refused to change the play calling, that's 150% on Tomlin. Regardless of what people believe it or not. Yes, he don't catch no passes. Yes, he don't run the ball. Yes, he doesn't make any defensive issues. But the issue is your offense was so anemic that you had no opportunity to score points, and you could have put them away. Let's be clear. You could have put them away. You get 3 turnovers and walk out with 6 points. No, absolutely no. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. So
he was
right,
trying to get him the game.
Was it the play call on them turnovers or offensive lack of execution? I mean, I really legitimately think the way Aaron Rodgers studies, him and Arthur Smith meet, I mean, they didn't go to Freiermuth. Freiermuth had what, 2 targets? I thought Freiermuth was going to be a bigger part of the game. DK had 2 catches. I don't know if Rodgers soured on him because he dropped that one big play. Rodgers missed a few throws. He, even though we thought it could have been, I don't think it was when he played in slow motion, a pass interference on Calvin Austin 2 different times. But them balls were underthrown. Calvin Austin's a speed guy. He outran Lassiter. You got to put that ball out there. I'm not blaming Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers had a really, really good season. 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 10-6 record as the quarterback. I mean, he played decent enough to get us to the playoffs, but it's just more the same. I think whether we know it or not, the Pittsburgh Steelers need a quarterback with some mobility that, like Kerb says, sitting duck. You need somebody that can get out the pocket and do some different things and stuff. But, like I said, we find out a lot more over the course of the next 2 or 3 days what direction looks like going forward.
Yeah.
I think Omar Khan is safe, though. I think they let Omar Khan maybe pick the next GM.
Yeah, he could. Danny Littlejohn.
I mean, not GM,
Houston
but
never
coach.
Yeah, Houston never flinched at all, and just embarrassing. I want to say this too, as far as my early reaction. Just one more point. The Houston Texans are the team that the Pittsburgh Steelers strive to be. The team that the Pittsburgh Steelers want to be, that's what the Houston Texans are. Listen, T.J. Watt had nothing in the tank tonight. He had nothing. Cameron Hayward had nothing in the tank tonight. Nothing in the tank, right? Houston's the young version of what we strive to be now because they play damn near the same way we play. They made 2 huge defensive plays. On their 2 turnovers, they got 2 touchdowns. On our 3 turnovers, we got 6 freaking points. It wasn't like C.J. Stroud was out there assassinating us. Now, they killed us in the run game. Oh, my God, they damn near ran for 200 yards. They ate us alive in the run game. They ate us up. That Marks running back, I think he had 170 or 180 freaking yards.
No, they rushed for 164.
He had 100 something.
No,
he had 100 something.
He went over 100 yards. They rushed for 164.
Yeah.
He might have like 104 or something like that.
Christian Kirk is 5'10". Christian Kirk had 8 or 9 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown.
See, I saw. Well, that can happen because he plays in the slot. I saw that being Echols playing his worst game of the season. Echols got beat. The reason he got the interception because he was trailing and it was a bad throw. He didn't make like a great play on the ball. It was a bad throw.
Yeah. The Texans are the team that we want to be. That's just me, and I don't know if that's who we are. The Texans play bully ball.
No,
they bullied us. I don't give a damn. As it got later and later in the game, because the game's played for 4 quarters, and the late to the third and the fourth quarter, they kicked our ass. It was that 92-yard drive that changed the momentum. DK's drop pass and that 92-yard drive where they really probably ran about the 14-play drive. They really probably ran about 10 times, I bet. So Felicia said, we need to stop getting all these old-ass players on all sides and positions. Texans BTA on the Patriots because they can get 7 Super Bowls. Yeah, I mean, I understand being petty, but that Texans Patriot game is going to be off the freaking chain.
It's going to be a good one. Difference is, though, Drake May can get up out that pocket, though, and get goals, though. You see that make a difference.
Tim, thanks for the 2. Texans should have got the bye week. I mean, they should have won the division. I mean, let's be clear. Jacksonville wasn't about nothing.
But then you weren't going to get a bye week. The Denver won 14 games. How they going to get a bye week?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the Super Bowl because Stroud played his worst game and they still got 30 points. I mean,
that's what happens when defense gets 2 scores.
Yeah.
And on a touchdown pass he threw, it was a similar play. I mean, that was a bad pass too by CJ.
Yeah, Claude, I'm gonna give you some props, Claude. The Steelers defense got punked and the Texans embarrassed them by running right at them. That's facts, and that's something we should have done. Jason for the $1.99 clean house. 11 years, no playoff wins, diabolical. I'm not mad at that. I mean,
I'm not mad at it either. The new direction, like I say, I'm a proponent of not firing Tomlin. I don't think he'll get fired, but if they decide to mutually make a change and go a different direction, and Aaron Rodgers retires and Cam Hayward retires, and you use these draft picks and stuff this year to try and reload with young talent and give Will Howard a shot next year, I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Kirby, what you think? Do you think under any certain – let me ask you this, Kirby. And we got 245 in the live chat. We appreciate all y'all rocking with us.
Good.
And make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're here, subscribe to the KnoItAllz podcast. Subscribe because you're going to get Steelers content all the way through the draft and all the way till we kick this damn thing off. And it's going to be a lot of chatter going on about Mike Tomlin. So, Kirby, I'm asking you the question. Under any circumstances, do they fire Mike Tomlin? Kirby on the delay again.
Do they just flat out fire him? No. But like I always say, I think what's going to end up happening, they just going to come to agreement. I think Rooney's gonna pretty much say, "Hey, we're done." He's gonna say he's done. Now, how they spin it in the press conference, but I don't think they just flat out fire him.
Yeah,
and it's the loss more than anything. I mean, because get it clear. I'm on board, and I'll be okay with it. They shouldn't have fired him, Claude. He was not going to get fired. But even at that, it's just time for a change. I'm not saying that this loss tonight was Tomlin's fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Kerb said, when things just going wrong for so long and you're not getting over that hump, then sometimes, you just got to make a change. You're always going to point the finger at the guy at the top. So I get it.
Claude, thanks for the $2, man. He said, stop that tape. They should have fired him 5 years ago. Let me say this. And it's just my opinion. Will they fire him? No. Should they fire him? Yes. If Harbaugh got fired for what he just pulled off, then Tomlin's the next man on the block. Should they fire him? Yes.
The difference is Harbaugh underachieving Lamar Jackson. It's a big difference there.
I understand.
The Ravens was Vegas favorites to go to the Super Bowl this year. The Steelers were predicted by Vegas not to win 9 games. It's a difference here.
I understand that. But based on what his track record from 2000, whatever Ben Roethlisberger's last game was to now, should they fire him? Yeah. Should they? Yeah, absolutely. And got his ass whooped in the playoffs. We had a $4.99 super chat. Let me go back to that one, man. I missed that. TD Myers, man. 0-7 last 7 playoff games. Last 5 double-digit losses. I've had enough. Most Steelers fans have.
Yeah,
but they're not.
I agree.
They're not going to fire him. They're not going to fire him. But should they fire him? Yeah. Yeah, they should.
It's a difference in should they fire him, should they part ways. Should they part ways? Yes. Should they fire Mike Tomlin? No. Should the Steelers try to have a new coach this year? Maybe yes. But like I said, it ain't going to be no firing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. At the NFL, anything can happen.
That's
$5 for Steeler Dog 883. If Tomlin leaves, won't Pittsburgh be the most attractive head coaching job? Will Pittsburgh, with the current teams that's available, they're going to be top 1 or 2.
Get out of here.
Who's
your quarterback?
That's the issue. You get to pick your quarterback. You got 12 draft picks, top 5 free agent money. You can pick who the hell you want there. And you get 3 to 5 years window to make it right.
Okay, so right now, knee-jerk reaction, who's your coach and who's your quarterback you trying to get?
I'm torn between Kubiak and Shula. Listen, anybody from the 49ers tree, I'll take you. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's out there with smoke and mirrors out there killing people. But I like the Rams coaching tree too. So we're talking Kubiak and Shula from those 2 squads. My third place guy would be Joe Brady. Quarterback-wise, I think 2026, you don't go in or vested after a free agent. You see what you got in Will Howard because you got 12 draft picks. And some of that, you help build it for 2027 because the 2027 draft is going to have at least 8 quarterbacks in it. So that's my plan. If I'm the Steelers, you have 12 draft picks. You're going to have top 10 free agency money, right? They're guaranteed. Especially, oh God, if Hayward comes off the books, Jesus Christ, you're going to have all kind of money. But now you can make it happening. But where are you going from a schematic standpoint? Is the schematics to go after the 49ers who give you the same damn play 14, 15, 16 different ways and you get all kind of action off of it? Or do you just go with the Rams who air that damn ball out everywhere? So
you going with the offensive coach?
Yeah, either way. But both of them respect defense though. These guys, it's not like the Rams don't play defense, and it's damn for sure not like the 49ers don't play defense. They play defense, right? They respect defense, but the team will not be built from a defensive standpoint. It'll be built from an offensive standpoint. So that's what I do. Kirby, how about you? Knee-jerk reaction. What do you do?
Mm-hmm. I like Kubiak from Seattle. I want an offensive guy to take this team. At some point, you're going to have a young quarterback. And see, that's something else that I see. Tomlin ain't – I don't even think Mike Tomlin is interested in dealing with a young quarterback and going all through that. So that's why I think it's just time to make a change.
Yeah. I listen, like I said, I'm all for it. I mean, that's what my Keeping It 100 show is going to be about tomorrow. It's talking about what do the Steelers do, right? And Tomlin just was at the podium, and I don't know. He's not even going to address his coaching thing, not in the next 48 to 72 hours. But like I said, I'm a podcaster. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but I think this is a dual answer concerning Mike Tomlin with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are they going to fire him? Probably not. Should they? Yeah. It's time to separate this thing, right? So we'll see. The next 72 hours are going to be very interesting because I don't know if the Rooney's got enough balls to get rid of him. I don't know if they do. I think they're tied at the hip. I think they're tied. I don't think they have enough balls. I really don't believe they got enough. All right, so question. How did Pittsburgh lose this game? Tate, I'm going to start with you. How did the Steelers lose this game?
The inability to do anything offensively. I mean, Kerb and I have been saying it all year about the lack of weapons. I mean, yeah, DK, we played arguably the top two defense between Houston and Denver, the best defense in the league.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So we played one of the best defenses, and we ill-equipped. I mean, now you said backstage, I agree, like Jonnu Smith got too much time. Jonnu was a failed trade. You know what I mean? He's a Pro Bowler last year. Then this year for Pittsburgh, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, you know, they smashed the running game, a little short passing game. That's part play calling, but part Aaron Rodgers is where he at now. He makes good decisions. He gets the ball out, and ultimately you can matriculate the ball down the field. But we have no explosiveness at all on offense.
Yeah.
None at all. I mean, Calvin Austin can get vertical. He's a little guy. DK can get vertical, and I like DK, but he dropped the ball, and he's known to drop balls. We don't have a jitterbug route guy that could get open across the middle, and that could be part of the reason the receivers don't get the ball over the middle of the field too. But we need to see more Pat Freiermuth, more Darnell Washington, them build blocks. The O-line, did you see Amalu get trucked on that touchdown?
Multiple trucks.
Rankins just, huh?
Multiple trucks. He got trucked multiple times. But
well, I'm talking about that big play where he just got flattened on his back like a little kid. I mean, so yeah, you've been saying, Big G, that left guard spot need to get younger. You got a young line. I mean, I think first or second round, you got to draft a receiver. You know, and you know, and then go from there. A left guard receiver on offense. I like Freiermuth in Washington as tight ends. I think the line is young and good. I think Gainwell and Warren are good, but we still don't know we got in Caleb Johnson. So that's another good player that we can see what they do next year. And then defensively, you just got to use a lot of that draft capital, at least up until the 5th round. You might want to trade some 6th and 7th rounders to move up and get somebody you want in the 5th or 4th round. But, you know, you got to get younger on defense. Just bring some young players in that can be like New England did this year. New England plays a lot of rookies.
A bunch of no-names.
Yeah, right now. But they're getting experience. They're looking good. And the Steelers have to go that direction. The Band-Aid, you know, put a Band-Aid on it, try and see what we can do and win to try and go 10-7 at best, 11-6 if you're doing really good. Yeah, man, we just got to go ahead and do something different.
Couple of super chats. Big Show 44 for the $5. Big G, straight anger tears tonight, bro. Worst postseason performance in Tomlin's career. I have no other words. I do not disagree with you at all. I'm not shocked or stunned. It is what it is. Tim Lyons for the $2. Good night, peeps. Better luck next year. We appreciate it, man. Let me go down here to Claude Bishop, the diabolical one, man. Claude Bishop said, don't let Tomlin near the draft room for 2026. I ain't mad at that. And listen, we had a live poll that just closed a couple of seconds ago. Live poll said, should TJ Watt be traded? 67% of the people that chimed into the live chat said they should trade TJ Watt now.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. You go ahead and pay Herbig. It'd be way less than TJ. You got Alex Smith under contract. Then your guys, Jack Sawyer, look good. There's your top 3 in the rotation, so I can agree with that.
Yep. Danny Jr. said, look at the 49ers. They win with guys off the street. What they do is they draft excellent. And they're too deep is outstanding, offensively and defensively. Luck about to run out on them because they got too many injuries now. But they draft well. Kirby, how did the Pittsburgh Steelers lose this game?
Yeah.
How did they lose?
Lack of weapons. Offensive line, not blaming them, but I mean they just came up against a team that they couldn't handle. And those edges, those guys, they wreaked havoc on them. And then the defense, even though the defense did get tired, but before they kind of got worn out, they were still giving up gashes in the run game. Yeah. So when you look at those 3 things, that's how you lost. I mean, because C.J. Stroud was trying to give them the game. He was like, take it. And couldn't take advantage of it.
Our girl Afton had feet on the ground. She said they flat out got straight out played. Afton, we salute you. I know it's hard. You're sitting there in the stadium. It's diabolical right now. I get it. Y'all, this is my opinion. We lost this game because we got outcoached offensively, and it was just the deal. Wasn't like Terrell Austin did bad. Wasn't like Tomlin did bad. But when it got tighter and tighter and tighter, the stuff that was going on from an offensive standpoint cost us everything. Our offensive play calling was anemic. Regardless, I understand personnel, I understand all A, B, C, and D. But when you're featuring Jonnu Smith, where was the team's MVP, Kenneth Gainwell? I mean, did he even do anything? Did they feature him at all? Where was DK? How did Skillet Hands MVS have more catches than DK Metcalf? Who in the hell is drawing up these plays? How can DK Metcalf, who's $30 million, Kenneth Gainwell's your MVP, and they don't have any touches or hardly any touches compared to the guys you're trying to feature in a guy like Jonnu Smith? It's diabolical. Yo, we got a new poll up too. Should they fire Arthur Smith? I mean, I think that's 100% yes. Get his ass out of here, right? So bottom line is this. The coaching was horrible. And ultimately, it goes back to Tomlin because he's responsible for hiring Arthur Smith. He let him draw that game plan up. I mean, like I said, I'm not dogging Tomlin. I'm just telling facts. He's responsible. It stops and ends with him, man.
Yeah, like Kerb said, you go to the top. But, I mean, Arthur Smith is calling the plays, but Aaron Rodgers, I think, is changing the plays if he wants. Not saying he did every time. I don't even know when he did it. We don't know when he did or didn't do it. Mm-hmm. But the lack of playmakers on the field, to me, offensively, is the biggest thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Tate, they had 1st and goal and ran a screen to Smith, got it down, ran the ball, and they got a penalty, and it had third and goal on the 9, and everybody ran a go route. 31 of the 32 NFL teams run crossing routes on 3rd and goal when you got the ball sitting in the middle of the field. The Steelers didn't
remember. I remember that series. I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah, it's the play. The coaching was horrible. I mean, there's no excuse for that.
Will we say that outside of giving up some rush yardage, but the bend don't break? Would we say the defense did good? 10 points going through 3 quarters. I mean, the fact that the offense couldn't sustain a drive, keep them off the field, give them a break, any of that stuff, I think that got a lot to do with it too. I say the defense played well through 3 quarters.
I agree. Kirby, you agree? He on a delay or
He
frozen.
ran out of gas.
Yeah. B.Wayne said $1.99 said fire Tomlin and Arthur Smith. I want to fight Smith for real. I mean, a lot of Steelers fans feel like that right now, bro. They feel like, look, it's an issue. And part of it is, I don't disagree with what Kirby said. You gave Mike Tomlin everything he wanted. You got Minka the hack packed up out of here. You got Ramsey. You brought in Gainwell. You got George Pickens out of here. You got DK. You brought in a guy like Jonnu Smith. You got rid of Najee. I mean, you gave him everything that he wanted. I mean, I understand. This is a tough business. The NFL stands for not for long. But the bottom line is, this is Mike T. This on him, bro. This on him. But like I said, I don't believe in no way in hell they're going to fire him. If they fire Mike Tomlin, that will be the biggest shock maybe in the last 30 years in the NFL. If they fire Mike T. If they fire Mike Tomlin, it'll be the biggest shot in 30 years. And I do believe if they fire him, he'll coach again. But they let him walk away, he's probably going to the broadcast booth. He's probably B Rose. I hear it. They're saying they got to. They have to. I mean, I hear it. I'm not. I'm saying that they should, but will they? I just don't think. And the reason why I say they won't fire him is because I don't think that the Rooneys got enough nuts to do it. I don't think that the Rooneys have a big enough nutsack to fire him. They ain't got big enough balls. I'm just gonna call it like what it is. Their kahunas are not big enough to do it. There's no way in hell that they're going to do it. Their kahunas are not big enough, to me. So if it was maybe somebody else that was if it was the diabolical Jerry Jones or Arthur Blank down there in Atlanta or something like that, oh yeah, his ass would have been. He would have made it back to the locker room. But this, no, the Rooneys ain't got enough intestinal fortitude. The Rooneys ain't got enough intestinal fortitude to fire him. They ain't got enough. They do not. Tate, do you think that they got enough intestinal fortitude to fire him?
Well, I don't think it's about that. I think they have a relationship. I think it's a mutual relationship for 20 years of respect. And I think they come to the conclusion that we just need to go in different ways. I don't think it's about kahunas or have the balls to fire him. I mean, you could work where you work for, get the people 10, 15 years and things is changing around you and stuff like that. You're not as savvy technology-wise as some of the younger workforces coming in. They ain't just going to fire you because you can't keep up. They're going to say, Big G, man, you done a great job for us all these years. You know, things is changing. We're moving in a different direction. You know, we want to give you this nice retirement package and all that and stuff. That's just how the world works.
But
to answer your question, I don't think it's about kahunas or lack thereof.
Okay, I feel that. Kirby back. Kirby, do you think they got enough fortitude to get rid of him?
Do Art have enough? I don't know, but I mean, they did it to Chuck No. I mean, so basically, what they did with Chuck No, they told him he had his staff, and he basically said no and quit. So,
I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Chuck No retired.
No, but he was kind of forced to retire. If you look it up, they told him he had to get rid of his coaching staff, and basically they knew he didn't want to go for it, and he retired. So it was a force out, basically.
Yeah, because it said he was, you know, chose to step down as in lieu of an involuntary end as a team's performance decline. So he decided to retire. And I think the same thing we've been looking at, but it's not fired. So it's not about kahunas. It's about talking, coming to the table, negotiating. We want to go in a different direction. Everybody say, okay, we agree to do that.
Do you think that they got enough intestinal fortitude to do that to him? Because I don't think they got enough to do that to him.
I think so.
I think they'll bring a discussion to the table. Now, and if they come to the table and talk, maybe they decide, maybe they decide one more year. You can get this. We're not going to pick up your option in March like they got for past this coming season. Like, we'll give you 1 year out the door, and then we go in a different direction. It could be that. But I think they had a discussion, and then everybody just talk about what's next.
Listen, I see a lot of people in the live chat saying as far as the coaching is concerned, Stefanski, then Harbaugh, as far as in line for the Pittsburgh Steelers head coaching job, absolutely hell.
Well,
no.
Why would you, if Tomlin beat anybody? I mean, he beat the Browns and he beat Harbaugh more than Harbaugh won. Harbaugh just underachieved with Lamar Jackson for his last 6-7 years.
Yeah, absolutely hell no.
And that's the part I get. Who's going to come in and do better? I'm not firing the old ball coach and Tomlin to bring in another old ball coach. I go an entirely different young direction if that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's what they've done every time.
Yeah.
When the old ball coach was walked, they brought in a Bill Cowher who was a puppy. When Bill Cowher got long in the tooth, they brought in Mike Tomlin, who's a puppy. That's the Steeler way. So they got to bring in a young guy. That's why I like Shula or Kubiak. They're a bunch of kids as far as the coaching is concerned. But like I said, I first thing I know, I'm gonna be perfectly
don't you're gonna hear the name Nate Scalise. He's the pass game coordinator for the Rams. Young dude. I'm just saying you're gonna hear his name out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
Kubiak, is his brother the offensive coordinator in San Fran?
Kubiak's daddy played in the league, dog.
No. I'm not talking about the dad. I'm talking about he got a brother. Is Clay and his Kyle.
Yeah.
The brother, I think the brother is at San Francisco.
Yeah, but
I think he's the offensive coordinator. I ain't talking about the daddy. Yeah. I know about
it's Clint Kubiak.
Yes.
Clint. I know it's two of them.
And the Shula is the grandbaby. The Shula I'm talking about this for either the Rams or the 49ers. That's the grandbaby of Don Shula. Hell, he looked just like him. If you see a picture of him, he looked just like his granddaddy. So, and now Shula. Listen, I'll take Shula Kubiak. That's my two. If I gotta go, if I get my choice, Shula Kubiak. Bring them in, interview them, give them what they want. Give them what they want. That's to me. But you're gonna have to retool this offense. The offense needs a left guard.
Oh yeah.
And let's be clear about what they need. They need a left guard. They need a wide receiver. They need actually two wide receivers. They need a green dot middle linebacker. And they need more help on the defensive line, especially if Hayward walks out the building. And bidding on what's going on with Elliott's health, they're probably going to need a safety because Duggar ain't it.
No,
Duggar has some plays this year. Duggar ain't it.
Now you see why he up out of New England.
Yeah. When a team comes out of 11 personnel, but let me be perfectly clear too. Do you know how Houston turned this game? They went 13 personnel and gashed us. They went 13 personnel, ran the ball, and play action and threw it right down the middle of the damn field. That's how they beat the hell out of us. They figured it out. They figured out that 13 personnel could kill us. And they came out in that 13 in the middle 8, they figured it out. Right after halftime, it was like 13 personnel, we're going to kill them. And they gashed us. 13 personnel, play action to the middle of the field. And I don't understand why we don't run. We got 4 or 5 tight ends. Run 13 personnel, throw the ball in the middle of the field. Do to the other team what they do to you. I don't. Arthur Smith, you trash. You trash. You trash. You horrible. You dumpster juice.
Well, I'm not saying Arthur Smith is good, but keep in mind, I said this the other day. Matt Cannon's last year, the offense was 30. Arthur Smith first year is 18, and this year they was 15. So he's been progressively getting better, scoring more points, gaining more yards. But without weapons, we ignored the wide receiver 2 for 2 years now. Would the Steelers season have been better if they kept DK Metcalf? I mean, George Pickens to play with DK Metcalf? Would that have been better?
I mean, maybe Tate, but what does a wide receiver 2 look like in Arthur Smith's offense?
Well,
unused
kind of.
Exactly. So what's a wide receiver 2? And this offense?
But it draws coverage, opens things up. When you don't got to respect the guy on the other side, then, I'm not worried about him. We going to scheme all this out. So, I mean, that's part of it too.
Yeah. Juice Bellamy, man, thanks for the $1.99. Yes, Clay Kubiak. Yeah, it is. It is. But this is my last point, and take whatever you want to do, because you said we're going to get out of here within a certain amount of time. This is my last point. There's no doubt, regardless of how it's done, in my opinion, regardless if it's fired, quit, mutual ways, you blow this team up. In my opinion, you blow it all the way up. You blow it up. You get rid of every person that's tied to the Tomlin era. TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, those guys got to go. Pat Freiermuth, anybody that's tied to the Tomlin era, it's time for them to go. He's tied to Tomlin.
Well, every player is tied to Tomlin, ain't they? Keanu Benton, Nick Herbig. I mean,
but those are the youngsters. I'm talking about wily old veterans.
Pat Freiermuth, a wily old veteran.
He been in the league 7 years or plus or more.
I think he just been 5 years. I think
you only got
5th year.
No, move.
You only got 2 guys that's really like that, and I would say TJ and Cam. The rest of them jokers, not really.
Claude Bishop for the 2. The Steelers got embarrassed in the trenches. Claude, you have been saying that since Baltimore beat the hell out of us. Yeah,
Pat Freiermuth was drafted in 2021.
So yes, 5 years. Damn, he just did. And did he get a second contract?
Yeah, he getting $12 million a year.
Oh,
he got a second.
He might got to go.
He 27 years old.
Well,
and I agree with Jonnu.
Jonnu got to go.
Yeah, he might have to go.
TJ got to go. Cam Hayward got to go.
Siamalu will be gone.
Yeah, Siamalu, and I lightweight want Patrick Queen gone too.
Patrick Queen played well towards the end of the year. I think he's young. Patrick Queen ain't but 25, and he got like 5 or 6 years experience.
Well, we're gonna pick 21. That's our pick, 21.
It might be
21.
around there.
Yeah. And there's a green dot linebacker out of Columbus, Ohio, that if he's there at 21, you do everything in your power to get a 6'4", 250-pound linebacker to come like a
we got too much invested in defense. Peyton Wilson gonna be a guy. You got to get a receiver.
I think the receiver, there's depth. I'm not saying you can't. Hell, you're gonna have to pick 2, maybe 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the first round and the third round and then a 6th round. I'm not waiting.
Well,
not for no linebacker. Maybe another difference maker, defensive lineman or something like that, but not for no linebacker. I'm getting receiver, but that's what I've needed the longest.
These 3 names will not be there when the Steelers pick at 21. So you tell me who they're gonna pick a receiver. Malachi Lemon will not be there. Tyson out of Arizona State will not be there, and like Carnell Tate will not be there.
Like him.
Not when we pick at 21. No, those 3 guys.
When the combines start and the pro days start, it's going to be somebody to jump up. They need a wide receiver more than anything. They said at running back, you bring Gainwell back. You got Warren. You got the unknown in Caleb Johnson. You got a nice young line. You plug in another left guard that's younger, or you maybe pay one, get one out of free agency, going on to their second contract. Like Freiermuth and Darnell Washington, tight ends. Maybe I don't overdraft the quarterback. Maybe you try Will Howard, and bring in another guy and sign some veteran. And then if that's how I look at it.
And you might have to address left tackle because Cook looked good until tonight.
Well, he played against 2 of the best edge rushers in the league.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Is that your left tackle?
Well,
so you might have to solve that too.
if he played well all the time he was playing up until playing the best of the best tonight, he was decent against Brock. Stop. I'm talking to my dog. I should hit mute. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, I think you got to give him an opportunity. I don't see some positions I'm not reaching high for. I mean, now if you want to get a developmental left tackle and bring him in to compete with Cook and Broderick Jones and get a guy that you can see what it turns into, but the positions of need is wide receiver 1. You know, you might bring another middle linebacker, but I don't know. With Patrick Queen under contract, with Peyton Wilson, and like you need a third line. Them are the 2 starters. I mean, but Harrison signed for 2 years, so he'll be back. Maybe you let number 55 go. What's my guy name?
55.
Yeah, the linebacker.
55. Holcomb.
I think Holcomb gone. But you bring in another young linebacker that's sideline to sideline with some speed, but not in the first round, though. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it couldn't be a need, but first round talent, you need that wide receiver for cheap because you don't got to trade for nobody or pay for nobody. Get a first round talent and wide receiver. I mean,
the only guy that I can think of that might be there might be the Washington Huskies wide receiver.
Who is that?
And
what about the dude from South Carolina?
No, he's coming back there. South Carolina loading up to win the chip. They done loaded up. They paid Lenore Sellers to come back. They whole squad back.
Oh, he coming back? He decided to come back?
Yeah, they whole squad back. So the measurables out of the kid out of Washington is like 6'4", 211.
Are you keeping up with the chats? I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't seen nothing over there. But it's like 6'4", 211. So yeah, maybe him. But I mean, that's a project. That's not a guy who Denzel Boston. Thanks, Ma. That's his name. Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. He might be there at 21.
Hey, how big is he?
6'4", 211, 212.
Okay. See,
he might be there.
I like how you say Tyson not gonna be there, Tate not gonna be there, and Lemon not gonna be there.
Yeah, but Tate, this is what I'm saying. You can get a guy like Indiana's 2 of their 3 wide receivers are going to be there in the second and third round. Indiana's got great wide receivers. Those guys are pros, right? I don't reach for a guy like that when I can get one of those guys in the second and the third round.
Well, still, at 20, you drafting a position not of need at 21. If you go with the Ohio State linebacker, and I like Styles, but I mean, you don't need that. Now, if he was just superior talent, then maybe like you got a top 10 pick, you draft best player. When you get to 21, I don't think you drafting best player. I think you drafting best player for the needs you need field.
Ma keeps saying Chris Braswell, Ma, you must not watched enough tape on Chris Braswell. Mm-hmm. Chris Braswell ain't good, dog. Out of Tennessee, he's not good. He's Tennessee's wide receiver. They run outside the hash set 99% of the time, and he runs 80% go routes. He's not good.
That dude for Tennessee that went to the Giants, what's his name? A couple years ago, we played with
he ain't do nothing.
The quarterback that played with Detroit.
Real fast
black
kid.
Quarterback. Black quarterback.
Yeah, the kid that was real fast and went to the Giants. He ain't done nothing. I don't trust Tennessee wide receivers.
Hey, Lamar, you're right. He said, say it again, G. Indiana definitely has great wide receivers. Yeah, you could get one of those guys in the second and the third round.
Okay, even if that, I still don't draft the middle linebacker at 21, though. I'd rather go defensive line. I'd rather go left guard there because there's a bigger disparity in talent at left guard if you wait to the second or third round than it is if you pick it at 21. I seen really good linebackers go in the second and third round.
But listen, I think there's 2 linebackers that changed the game in this draft in the middle. Anthony Hills Jr. out of the University of Texas and Sonny Styles that you're going to play in the middle. Those 2 guys changed the game. They changed the game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are built from the inside out. We got gashed tonight because they ran the ball straight at us. Our linebackers was getting mopped. They were getting caught up in the wash. They couldn't make a damn tackle. And that happened consistently all year. The guys that we were supposed to put on the ground, we put them on the ground. But teams that we played where they weren't supposed to be able to run the ball on us, they gashed us.
I thought a lot of that. I thought that a lot of that earlier in the year. I was hearing all the talk about, and you too included, G, saying because Keanu Benton can't hold down the nose. Is it on the linebackers or is it on the lines? It's on Keanu Benton and the tackle.
Agreed, but even if they make it to the second layer, if the linebacker can't make the tackle and put him on the ground, and they're going forward getting 4, 5, 6 yards, by the time you get to the third and fourth quarter,
you always go forward.
Yeah, the ball now that's 20 yards. You want a middle linebacker to boom, and he's done.
Well, you want a thumper then. You don't want Patrick Queen and Wilson to go sideline to sideline. If you want to get a thumper, you really can get that guy in the second or third round.
No, I want Styles who will be like a Shazier.
Yeah.
Well, Shazier wasn't no middle of the defense popping the run guy though. His right. Strength was sideline to sideline, speed, ability to cover, and all that.
Styles run a 4.4, Tate.
Okay.
And he's 250.
I saw him and Arvell Reese getting ran over by the Miami Hurricanes. I saw that.
No, they weren't getting ran over, though. They wasn't getting ran over. They wasn't getting ran over.
What happened with that?
No, they wasn't getting ran over.
What happened with that? I'm asking.
They wasn't getting ran over, dog. Who was getting killed was McDonald and Tyreek Malone. That's who was getting killed.
The same thing. If the line get killed, you just said the linebackers got to be able to make the tackles. You just said that.
T, you're right. Best tackling team in the NFL, Houston Texans. Best tackling college football team, Indiana Hoosiers.
I agree with that. Yeah. Houston don't miss no tackles.
Facts.
That's why all that short passing game stuff wasn't working. I saw that depth one. That's why I was talking.
Wasn't missing none tonight.
Got straight put on his keister.
Yeah, he got mopped. All right, Tate, you said you wanted to go. What you got anything else you want to talk about, Kirby?
It's after midnight. Yeah, man. I mean, you can give our. We kind of been giving.
Oh man, we're just gonna give it a couple of days.
Kurt, you definitely on delay, man. I don't know what's wrong with your mic and your connection, man. We thought you got that fixed.
Reset, Kirby.
Look how long it take him to respond.
Every time I come on this show, it go whack. I don't know.
You got to defragment, Kirby, before you come on the show.
Everything be cool till I get on this one.
All right, but no, go ahead, Kerb. You were just slow saying it because you was delayed. Go ahead, though.
No, I mean, basically, I just say get this thing a couple of days, see what happens, and then you'll know more.
Yeah, that's all we can do is wait and see. But I do think you rock with the know-it-alls for Steeler coverage. We're not gonna stop. Sometime soon we definitely gonna be talking about the playoffs as it goes on the know-it-alls, and we're gonna be having other shows, football related up to the draft, the combine, coaching news. We'll have all that stuff. We're gonna transition to more basketball. So check out in basketball. So it's a lot of different debates to be had. We want the live chat to chime in on some of our thoughts. Mod is an all-time Jordan guy. Big G is an all-time LeBron guy. A lot of good back and forth and conversations about that kind of stuff. With the Winter Olympics is coming up. A lot of different stuff going on. But first, this offseason for the Steelers, we're going to be chiming in on that weekly. I mean, 2-3 times a week at least, maybe more, depending on what's happening.
Well, definitely for me, I'll be back tomorrow for Keeping It 100. The Keeping It 100 show is going to go on, so it's going to be Steelers all day, every day. I definitely will be back with the Level Up College Football Podcast, and I'll be with the Level Up College Football Podcast throughout the entire offseason. And we're going to be getting some behind-the-scenes stuff because my coverage is going to be a lot about draft. All the way to me, there is no NFL offseason. That's just to me. We're still going to be talking football. The Super Bowl's not till February. The draft's in April. I might shut it down a little bit, just a tad midget, maybe at the end of April going into May. but it's football 24/7 for me. Tomorrow, reload, keeping it 100, reload Steelers 2025, success or failure. I'm going to talk about what the Steelers need to do. I'm going to start putting stuff out there concerning who we need to draft, players that we need, stuff that we got to do. Yeah, I'm starting early because there is no offseason. Not for me. My offseason is about the May. I go from about the middle of May to about June, the end of June, and I'm ready to go. Because listen, it's football for me. I love football. No disrespect towards basketball. And I'll always be on the KnoItAllz podcast every Sunday. But yeah, it's no offseason for me. It's time to get in the lab. And be looking for all 22 film stuff or breakdowns or player evaluations that we're going to be talking about for the Pittsburgh Steelers moving forward. That's coming. That is coming on this channel. If you have not already hit the subscribe button, please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Without you guys, there would be no us. We had about 270 or 280 people tonight in this live podcast. We appreciate all that support. We appreciate everybody to super chat with us. And we're definitely going to have some different things going on. We're working behind the scene right now to get custom emojis for certain guys to become members. You're going to have that on the front facing on the screen. And we're going to have exclusive content that's going to be for members only too. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button. You've grown us to 1.31 or wherever we're at in subscriptions. We're looking to be, by the time football season kicks off next year, at 2.5K or more subscribers. We appreciate all y'all rocking with us on the 2-minute warning, our last 2-minute warning show of the year. As for my boy Kirby, my boy Tate Boy Fresh, my girl Afton, everybody that rocks with us, all the support that we've had, we thank you guys for another 2-minute warning show, making it a success. It's our #1 show on the KnoItAllz podcast. We couldn't do it without you. Have a great offseason, and we're going to be talking football as we move forward. Regardless of whatever, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. We out of here.
Always.
Yeah.
Peace.
Mamba out.
Peace.
Y'all come back now. Here